Very good morning, students of Standard 8. Myself Asri sir. Today we will discuss about the separation of mixtures of chapter 3. Okay, mixture, elements, compounds and mixture. Okay, so what is the purpose to separate the mixture? Okay, first thing is to remove a harmful or undesirable component from the mixture. For example, undesirable substances like oils, sand, clay, salt, and microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, and algae are often present in water. Clear? These are removed from the water before supplying it to our homes. This is important point to remove a harmful or undesirable component from the mixture. The second point is the purpose to obtain a useful substance. For example, petroleum oil is a mixture of useful substances like petrol, diesel and kerosene. Okay, these are the useful substances we are extracting from the petroleum oil. Okay, petroleum extracts. These substances are separated and used as fuel. By fractional distillation, we are extracting or separating these useful substances and used as fuel. Third purpose is to obtain the pure sample of substance. For example, many substances are required in their pure form for scientific research and making medicines. For that reason, we have to separate the mixture to get a pure sample of substance. So three important purposes are there why we are going for separation of mixture. Clear? Once again repeating, to remove a harmful or undesirable component, to obtain a useful substance, and to obtain the pure sample of the substance. Clear? So this may be a question to write the purposes for the separation of mixture. Now we'll go for the principle of separation. You know that the constituents of a mixture have their own properties. This difference in their properties forms the principle for separating them from each other. Clear? There are some different methods of separation which are used to get the individual constituents of a mixture. The choice of the method for separating the constituents of a mixture depends on the nature of the mixture and the properties of the constituent. In it, some commonly used methods for separating constituents of a mixture are described here. We will discuss different separations of solid-solid mixture, then solid-liquid mixture, how we are separating. So first we will discuss solid-solid mixture, how it is separated. You already know about some common method of separations, like at home you are doing hand pickings and all. Some common solid mixtures, okay, they are hand picking, sieving, which is a common practice at your home. Hand picking and sieving means, hand picking means removing the stones, undesirable substances from rice, dal and all these things you are doing at home. Then sieving, then winnowing and magnetic separation. These are very common solid to solid mixture separation. Clear? Let us study one separation, that is sublimation. It is a process. What is this? Sublimation is a process, the change of a solid directly into its vapor state without passing through the liquid state is called sublimation. The definition of sublimation is given here. What is that? The change of a solid directly into its vapor state without passing through the liquid state, okay, that is the most important point you have to mention, without passing through the liquid state. Clear? Now what is the principle of sublimation? The sublimation process is used to separate a mixture containing a constituent that sublimes. So in the mixture, if one of the constituent is having the sublimation property, or the constituent that sublimes, so this process is implemented. What is the technique? The technique for separation is, on heating the mixture, the solid undergoes sublimation, which is having the property of sublimation, and changes into its vapor state. The vapor is then cooled, then to get the solid baked. Understood? The solid in the mixture that doesn't undergo sublimation remains behind in the container, in the evaporating dish. Understood? Some examples are sublimation used in the separation such as ammonium chloride, iodine, camphor, dry ice, naphthalene, anthracene, benzoic acid, etc. So if these are a component in the mixture, then this process is implemented, sublimation is implemented. Now we will discuss the separation of solid liquid mixture. We discussed solid mixture. Now we will discuss the solid liquid mixture. In a solid liquid mixture, when the solid is insoluble in liquid, the mixture can be separated by following methods. Means when the solid is not dissolved or insoluble in the liquid, then these are certain methods which we can implement, like sedimentation and decantation. If the substance is not soluble in the liquid, then sedimentation and decantation process can be implemented. What is this? The settling down of insoluble heavy solid particles in a solid liquid mixture at bottom of the container is called the sedimentation. What is the process sedimentation? The definition is the settling down of insoluble heavy solid particles in solid liquid mixture at the bottom of the container is called sedimentation. So if you keep undisturbed in a container this solid liquid mixture, the heavy solid particles will settle down at the bottom. You can see the diagram. Okay, so this process is called sedimentation. The solid particles that settle down in a layer at the bottom of the container are called the sediments, which settles down at the bottom. This is called sediment. The clear liquid above the sediment is called the supernatant. The clear liquid above the sediment, this blue color portion, it is the supernatant liquid. Understood? Which is settled down, that is called sediment. What is the principle? In solid liquid mixture, the insoluble heavy particles settle down at the bottom of the container due to gravity. This is the principle. So, certain questions may asked, what is the principle of sedimentation and decantation? So, you have to write this. Due to gravity, the heavy particles, insoluble heavy particles, they settle down at the bottom of the container. Clear? Now, the technique of separation. What is the technique? The mixture is allowed to stand undisturbed till the heavy particles settle down. So if you keep it undisturbed for some time, the heavy solid particles, they settle down at the bottom of the container. Then the clear liquid, which we call as supernatant, at the top is transferred into another container without disturbing the solid sediment which is settled down at the bottom. So see this figure. This is the supernatant and the sediment is settled down. Slowly we are removing this or transferring this supernatant into another container. Clear? The process is pouring the clear supernatant liquid without disturbing the sediment is called decantation. This process is called decantation. Understood? So removing this clear supernatant into another container without disturbing the sediment is called decantation. This facilitates the separation of solid particles from the liquid which are insoluble. So for an example, sand and water, sand from the sediment, sand forms the sediment, muddy water, mud forms the sediment. So if you are taking a glass of muddy water in a clear glass, if you keep it for some time, the mud will be settled down as sediment and the water, clear water, will be at the top as a supernatant, and by the process of decantation you can separate the mud and the water. Clear? Now another process is filtration. What is filtration? The process of separating fine insoluble particles from the solid liquid mixture through a filter is called filtration. The process, again repeating, the process of separating the fine insoluble solid particles from solid liquid mixture through a filter is called filtration. What is the principle? This process is used for separating the constituents of heterogeneous solid liquid mixture in which solid particles are lighter and insoluble in the liquid. In previous case, it became sediment because of the heavy solid particles, but here the particles are lighter and insoluble also. So it will be separated by the process of filtration. What is the technique? The technique is used. The mixture is allowed to pass through the filter with pores that allow the liquid to pass through but not the solid particles. So what the filter paper we are using in our laboratory, which allows the only liquid to pass through but not the solid particles. The solid left on the filter paper is called the residue, and the clear liquid that passes through the filter is called filtrate. Understood? The solid fine lighter particles are mixed in water or any liquid that will be collected in the filter paper by the process of filtration, which is called residue, and the clear liquid which passes through the filter and collected another container, that is called the filtrate. For example, chalk powder and water. You have to remember the examples also. Clay and water, sawdust and water, tea and tea leaves, etc. are the mixtures which filtration process is utilized. In a solid liquid mixture, when the solid is soluble in liquid, till now we discussed when the solid is insoluble in liquid. Now the process we are going, when the solid is soluble in liquid, the following methods we will discuss now. Evaporation. The method is evaporation. What is the evaporation? It is the process of changing liquid into its vapor state. Evaporation can be made faster by heating the mixture. Clear? What is the principle? The liquid constituent of the mixture are separated, leaving behind the solid constituents. So when it is soluble in liquid, the solids, so when we are evaporating, the liquid is vaporizing and the solid is left behind in the container. What is the technique? The liquid constituent of the mixture is allowed to evaporate by exposing to a sunlight or by heating. Okay, during this process the liquid is lost to the atmosphere. Liquid is lost to the atmosphere and the solid is left behind. Clear? The examples are the process of evaporation used on a large scale to obtain common salt from seawater. You might have seen the process near the sea coast where the common salt are extracted. The water is enclosed by the sand and mud like a pond, and the sea water will be evaporated. The water will be evaporated from the sea water and the common salt is left behind in the soil. Sea water is trapped. See, this is the process. Sea water is trapped and is in a shallow ponds and allowed to evaporate in the sun. The common salt is left behind. The water is evaporated. Okay, there are certain activities also you can go through. Activity 1, to separate calcium carbonate powder mixed with common salt. How it is separated by the process of filtration. Clear? Now second activity is to obtain common salt, which is sodium chloride dissolved in water, which is soluble in water. This is the process of filtration where solid is insoluble in water and the insoluble in liquid, and this is the process of evaporation where the solid is soluble in liquid. Now we will discuss crystallization, another process. Crystallization is a process of separating a pure solid in the form of its crystals from its solution. Crystallization is the process of separating the pure solid in the form of its crystals from the solution. What is the principle? The pure crystals are separated or pure crystals of solid separate out on cooling its hot saturated solution. The technique is the solution is heated and more solid is added to the solution till it becomes saturated. Then it is cooled to obtain the pure crystal of the solid. After that, the crystals are separated by the process of filtration and dried. Clear? The common examples what we can see is common salt obtained from seawater has many impurities in it. So it is purified by the process of crystallization. The common salt, by the process of evaporation we are getting from seawater, it has so many impurities which is purified by the process of crystallization. Impure samples of copper sulfate, alum are also purified by the process of crystallization. Clear? Now we will discuss distillation. Distillation is a process of separation of liquid from its solution with a solid constituent by heating the liquid to its vapor form, then cooling the vapor to get back the pure liquid. So it is the process, you have to remember the definition. Distillation is the process of separation of a liquid from its solution with a solid constituent by heating the liquid to its vapor form. Means the liquid will be vaporized, that vapor will be collected through the delivery pipe, and again further cooling the vapor where we get back the pure liquid. What is the principle? This method is used for recovery of both dissolved solids and the liquids from their mixture. This method is used to recover both dissolved solid and the liquid from their mixture. The technique is when the homogeneous mixture of a solid and a liquid is heated in a distillation flask, the liquid forms the vapor. On heating, the liquid changes to vapor. The vapor of the liquid is passed through a condenser. It may be called as Liebig's condenser also, okay, in which it gets cooled and condenses to form the pure liquid. This pure liquid is called distillate. Clear? Is collected in a separate flask. The solid is left behind in the distillation flask. Understood? So pure water or distilled water can be obtained from tap water by the process of distillation. Okay children? So next class we will discuss about different methods or different separation methods. So you go through your textbook along with this video. Thank you.